She is now on the Arby's payroll, is what is happening. And maybe Arby's is going to snap back to relevance now. Here she is in the new shirt that we saw her in this weekend. Hot girls eat Arby's. And apparently sizes small and large have already sold out on the Arby's web. This is a big day for Arby's.
Sophie Cunningham has just shaken the WNBA to its core. She's no longer just the player who can sink threes and crash the boards. She's become a walking headline, drawing eyes every time she steps on the court or into the spotlight. Fierce, fearless, and in the prime of her career, Sophie isn't just playing her best basketball, she's rewriting her own narrative. The wild part, this meteoric rise from gritty role player to full-blown viral sensation is something no one saw coming. She entered the league with a reputation for toughness, diving on the floor, fighting for every rebound, and giving her team an edge they could rely on. But now, the physique is sharper, the style is louder, and the confidence is undeniable.
We don't want to use and abuse it.
Even before she takes the court, you can sense it. The game is over when you see her enter the tube. She now moves like a celebrity. She is not limited to the WNBA. Every hour she spends there is her own. Her physical change is also no coincidence. She has improved her footwork, built up her power, and created a ferocious yet feminine frame. When discussing Indiana Fever basketball, it is now impossible to avoid bringing up Sophie's appearance as she enters the arena. This isn't about vanity though, it has to do with presence. While players can get points, Sophie is using a more potent tactic. She is starting to stick in your memory. And it's not simply a physical glow up. It's a mental state, it's sentimental. Additionally, it is altering the way that people watch the game. Sophie Cunningham doesn't have to or want to drop 25 every night. The wild aspect is that she averages about 5 points each game, pulls down a few rebounds, and occasionally scores a steal. However, everything changes the moment she sets foot. On the floor, the tempo quickens, the exchange of ideas becomes more precise. The defense becomes more stringent. She acts as though waking everyone up is her job. She moves with precision, she uses intelligent spacing. Additionally, the team almost always needs her to make a three. When she does, her presence is felt on both sides of the floor. Her strong shoulders, well-defined legs, and agile feet give her a compact strength that enables her to switch on guards or slam with larger wings. Coaches see that versatility even if it doesn't always appear on stat sheets. Fans sense it, and teammates depend on it. The story is conveyed via her body language, sharp, confident, and explosive. She intentionally plays, that's why Sophie is important. Numbers are not what she's padding. She's shifting the momentum. She is the type of player that can be the most influential player on the court even if she only manages to score 5 points and dish out to steals. Grit, rhythm, and pressure are key components of her game, and you get something far more precious than a large stat line when you combine it with the way she conducts herself off the court to get a future star. After entering the United Center, Sophie Cunningham wore a tight white tee that read, "Hot girls eat Arby's," boots that reach the knees, and a short, black skirts. Since then, the WNBA has changed. Everybody was talking, including players, fans, influencers, and social media streams with flashing cameras. Furthermore, this fashion moment wasn't arbitrary. This was a premeditated move. It wasn't just a joking shirt. It was a deal for the brand, and Arby's TikTok went viral. After evaluating their meal, Sophie seized the opportunity to work with her. The tunnel walk evolved into more than just a costume. A cultural reset took place. Sports media was inundated with the images. Her name became popular, and the shirt sold out on Arby's website in just one day. The first sizes to vanish were small and large. No longer were people only watching basketball. They were observing Sophie at all times. Furthermore, why wouldn't they? She was gorgeous, her body was prominent, self-assured, seductive, and totally in control. It was more than just a victory for fashion. It was a move of power. That day, Sophie sent a message. You can look good while dressing up, cashing checks, and going all out. Stars do just that. And Sophie is doing it with a side order of curly fries, while others discuss expanding the game. You're missing half the story if you haven't seen Sophie Cunningham's TikTok page. It's crazy, brutal, and wonderful all at once. Like a reality show in action, she's joking with teammates, dancing in the locker room, flexing in the gym, and making fun of the referees with sidelong glances. She exudes an unadulterated aura. It's just Sophie being Sophie. It's neither forced nor polished, and for that reason, it functions. She doesn't pretend to be someone else, which is why her following is growing quickly. She displays everything: the silly things, the glitzy moments, the sass, the perspiration. A player who strikes a balance between exceptional athleticism and the kind of personality and comedy that keeps spectators interested long after the game is over is hard to come across. She established her brand on TikTok, and the league can no longer overlook it. Clips show her dancing in cowboy boots, wearing crop tops, and taking glam fadeaways in the Bay Area. Athletes go viral in this way. They create empires in this manner, and it comes naturally to Sophie. It isn't a tactic, it's simply her nature. Her greatest strength is her genuineness. Clout is not what she's after, she is making it. And everyone is having a great time. Sophie Cunningham was fined $500 by the WNBA for a TikTok video in which she criticized the refereeing in a post-game footage. She didn't shout, she didn't mention any names. She simply let her sarcasm speak for itself. The internet went crazy. After a few witty comments and strategically placed changes, in just a few days, the video had over 1.3 million views. In an instant, a fine became a marketing victory. Support from fans poured into the comments, congratulating Sophie for speaking up, calling for change, and naming the league in a sport where players are frequently expected to play ball and be silent. She came to represent authenticity. Sophie, however, did not recoil. The post was not removed by her. She didn't make a diluted declaration. She continued doing her thing while allowing the views to accumulate. Something greater was demonstrated in that time. Sophie doesn't pretend to be afraid. Both on and off the court, she plays bold. Think of that $500 as an investment in genuineness. She became much more relatable, respected, and admired as a result. To preserve a paycheck, some athletes choose to remain silent. Every time Sophie speaks, her value increases. A leader who isn't scared to make noise is essential for any team. And that voice for Indiana is Sophie. Although she doesn't start every game, she stands up, claps, shouts, and coaches when she's on the sidelines. During warm-ups, she is the player with the loudest energy, the one that pushes veterans and excites rookies. And it has purpose. It's not just noise. The small nuances reveal her experience. She points out inconsistencies before they arise. In the middle of possession, she is dragging teammates away. When someone is rattled, she jumps in first. Her leadership is evident to you. The problem is that players pay attention to her. She is respected by Kelsey Mitchell. She is made fun of by Caitlin Clark. She is the foundation of the locker room. Sophie manages the space without ever focusing on herself. In the most brutal yet encouraging manner, she holds everyone accountable, keeps things lively, and keeps things sharp. That combination is uncommon. Despite not being the franchise's face, she is its driving force. Additionally, it's typically the result of someone like Sophie working behind the scenes that a team begins to gel. Indiana versus Connecticut on June 17th, Caitlin Clark is punctured beneath the rim of her eye. There is a gasp in the arena. Not even the whistle has blown yet. Abruptly, JCS Sheldon is pushed to the ground by Sophie Cunningham, and she bursts in. Pure impulse, without doubt, a flagrant is called by the referee. The shove did something the scoreboard could never do, but Sophie is ejected. It brought the team together in the sand. It made a line. You don't mess with Indiana. The league was informed at that point. Don't meddle with our star, please. Additionally, you never mistreat Sophie. Online fans went crazy. Clark gave a nod. The bench came together. Sophie evolved into more than simply a tangible person. She took up the role of emotional fulcrum. Anger wasn't the reason for the shove. It was about demanding respect, defending teammates, and culture. That type of moment is ingrained in a team's DNA for all time. Highlight reels will eventually fade, but that iconic clip will endure. You could sense that Indiana wasn't simply playing after that day. They were battling for Sophie, for respect, and for each other. Because of Sophie's unquestionable swagger, Jeannie Buss herself offered for her to join Women of Wrestling. Yes, exactly. WoW's co-owner wants Sophie to enter the ring. This player's hot season isn't the only one. This woman is redefining what it means to be a WNBA star. She talks like the owner of every room she enters, is dressed like a model, and is constructed like a machine. She has a keen presence. She exudes more vitality than her stature. She's not trying to fit in. Her goal is to change the culture. Sophie is creating a new avenue that didn't exist before, from finds to viral quips, from TikTok to Arby's offers. And Sophie is demonstrating the process to the league as it looks for its next crop of marketable players. She isn't holding out. For attention, it's on her. She is wearing it. And every fan in attendance is aware that a complete takeover is taking place. This is the appearance of a contemporary athlete. Savage, sleek, and powerful. Additionally, you're missing the entire Sophie Cunningham series if you're not watching it at the moment.